Hey y'all, my name is Phoenix, and today we have another unboxing from Puzzlcrate. This is the January 2024 box, so let's go ahead and open it up and see what we got. Uh-oh. Ooh, what do we got in here? Whoa! That's bigger than I thought it would be. What's the other one? Uh-oh. Oh boy. Alright, well, in this crate we have the Tori cube. This may look like a pillared void cube, but it is slightly different. A typical void cube has corner pieces but no center color. This Tori cube, invented by Tim Fitzrandolph, has colored centers but no corners. Because there are no corners to solve, this cube could be easier to solve than a normal 3x3. The name Tori comes from the torus shape of the sides of the puzzle. It may not be the hardest puzzle, but it definitely looks awesome and is great to show off to others. And then we also got the Skewb Mixup III. This puzzle is the third and final puzzle in the Skewb Mixup series. We've sent out the V2 before, but this V3 takes it up a notch. There's 3 small pedal pieces that can be mixed up once you rotate the Skewb half a turn. Mixing these inner pedal pieces causes the puzzle to get all jagged and out of shape. Knowing how to solve the original Skewb will be key to mastering this puzzle. Are you up for the challenge? Alright, well, you guys actually would have seen me unbox the Skewb Mixup III at some point in the future, or not in the future, in the past. I've actually unboxed this one in the past, but this Tori cube is actually completely brand new. And I honestly wasn't really planning on getting it, but I guess I have it now, and it looks pretty nice. So let's set this one off to the side. I will be giving this one a solve. I do know pretty much how to solve it. However, it's going to be a little time consuming, so we're going to save this one for later. Let's get onto this Tori cube. So this is actually a lot bigger than I thought this would be. And it, once again, looks like a void cube. You can stick your finger right through it, spin it on your finger, but it does not have corners. So I'm wondering if this is going to make it easier or harder to solve, but let's check out turning first. I'm not sure if this turns great. It doesn't seem to be turning terribly, but I do think it is a little bit tricky to turn just because of the lack of corners. Nothing to grab onto. It's very pillowed. I like the pillowed shape. It feels very round. I like that. So it doesn't turn terribly, but I think it is a little bit unstable just because it has no corners. I'm thinking you kind of just need the corners to have that stability, and not having corners makes this a lot more difficult to turn safely because it's very frequent that something kind of gets misaligned and there's nothing there. So I've dealt with puzzles like that before, but not really anything like this. So I'm gonna just go ahead and mix it up, and I'm gonna see if this is any easier or harder to solve than a normal 3x3. We have center guidance, so that shouldn't be that difficult. I'm thinking this might be as difficult as maybe the Clover Pyraminx, the Chi Clover Pyraminx, because that one is basically just a Master Morphix, but without corners, or at least without corners that need to be oriented. So let's just go ahead and start with white. This is we're just gonna go ahead and make our cross. So blue goes there, and then red goes right there, and there's our cross. I don't need to do traditional F2L. I can just kind of sledge every edge into place. So I can just kind of do that. So if I can do something like this, and then something like that, and then how's that looking? And then that got us a Z perm. I'm just gonna do, oh boy. I think I'm just gonna do the Z perm. No, I'm just gonna do 2 U perms. I think it'll be safer that way. I don't think it's gonna be too good an idea to do M slices on this, just because, wait a second, hang on. Did we get a Z perm? Okay, no. It's throwing me off because there's no corners. It's a little difficult to turn, but that's about it. So that is the Tori cube solved. Pretty fun. I wouldn't say it turns great though. I like the novelty of it, although I do think that if it had at least a corner piece right here, it would be a little easier to turn just because it would be more stable. That's just my opinion though, and it really isn't too bad. I think it's actually pretty fun, but as opposed to that, we have this. So this is one that I actually already have before, and I'm gonna go ahead and just mix it up already. It's a little bit stiffer than I remember. Don't do that. I have solved this many times before. I solved this recently, actually. But it is a very time-consuming puzzle to solve, so I'm just gonna go ahead and fully scramble this up, and I will get back to you when I'm done. I think that's adequately scrambled. I don't really feel like scrambling that up anymore. It does take a little while. So I'm just gonna go ahead and start solving it like a regular Skewb. So I'm gonna start with the white side, as I would normally do on any Skewb mod, but I think I am mostly color neutral on Skewb. At least I hope so. Do sledgehammers. I need to be very careful with this because having this many pieces sticking out is going to be making the puzzle a little bit more difficult to turn, and I don't want to turn too forcefully or else it might pop, and that's going to make it a little difficult to solve because I'm going to need to remember where everything is. So now that that's done, I'm going to go ahead and place you there, and we need to get one of these wedges right there. So I think this will do. And then I can also go ahead and take this guy, and there's our first wedge. We can also go ahead and get another one started. And there we go. And let's just go ahead and do the white side now. All right, there we go. White side is done. We're moving on to orange now. Also, I apologize if my voice is a little bit raspy. I don't know why. Maybe I just need to clear my throat or drink some water, but my throat is a little bit stuffed right now. I hope it doesn't continue too much, but let's just go ahead and get orange done. And there we go. Orange is done. Now we're on to blue. We already got this one made, so might as well just go ahead and do that. All right, there's our first half of it done. We just finished blue. We're on to red now. All right, now that's red done. Let's go ahead and get green done. This one looks like it's already almost done, so this one's where things are gonna start to get a little trickier, but we can do this. We can absolutely do this. All right, we're almost done with green. I just need to do this. And there we go. We are done with green. All we have left to do is yellow. And solving 5 centers does not necessarily mean solving all 6, but luckily we can take advantage of what we have here. So we can basically put all of these wedges on one line. So we have one on yellow, one on orange, green, and blue. So let's just go ahead and do that. So we'll do this. I'll go ahead and put you on blue. I need to put one on green. And then, it's not going to be this one. It's going to have to be that one. All right, now we should turn that back. Now, pretty much these two are on the line that we need. We need to flip these two, so I'm just going to do 6 sledges. It's turning better as I'm moving it, but it does take a little while to break this one in. All right, so now we've got our first wedge, and we're basically gonna have to solve this like a cuboid. So one strategy that I like to use when solving this last half is to solve it like the bottom layer of, oh boy, I think we might have, oh no. Okay, so I like to think of these two things as the top and bottom layer of my Super Square 1 Star, or the Evil Seed puzzle even. But since we have these two that need to slot, that means we actually got parity. And so we need to move this all the way around the puzzle, so... And there we go. So now we just need to put all of these wedges back in place. And you can do the same thing on the 2. I didn't get the 2 out of my Puzzlcrate because I think that was sent before I got back into it. But we just need to do our simple swap, just like that. Undo our setup move, and there we go. The Mix-Up 3 is now solved. So if we just go ahead and bring everything back. Overall, I would say that this has actually been a pretty fun crate. This one I did already have before, but this one was an interesting new one that I got, and I quite like it. I think it is definitely a nice novelty item, although I do think it could use a little bit of work, just because it doesn't have corners, it's not as stable. But overall, I would say that this is a pretty fun crate. We got a new one, we got another one that wasn't new, but that was fine. But yeah, that's about all I have to say about this crate. If you enjoyed this video, then please be sure to leave a like. If you want to see more from me in the future, then please be sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss any new uploads. This is my first long-form video in 2024 of many. My break is now pretty much over, and I'm gonna try to post videos once roughly every 2 weeks. If I have some extra ideas, I can probably get some of those out, but bi-weekly is a schedule I want to try and stick to for this year. And if that works out, then we can make it work out for any future year for this channel. So you might also have seen a short drop from me at the same time as this video, where I made a time lapse of solving force cubes. Not solving, but making. But that's about it. So I don't really have much else to say, so I'm just gonna go ahead and send you all off. That will be it for me for this video. I will see you next time. Farewell.